The answer to Rutherford was given by Niels Bohr through his three postulates. And in this entire module, there are two postulates of hydrogen, atom. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you a very handsome fellow called as Niels Bohr. In the year 1913, he was a Danish physicist, dashing physicist, who presented three postulates. When you ask me what is postulate, they are assumption. Okay, and it combined both classical mechanics and electromagnetism and Planck's theory just to give solution to Rutherford. Man, you are awesome. He's a true businessman. See, he combined classical physics. He combined electromagnetism idea of Maxwell. He combined Planck's quantum theory. He used Rutherford and he told, "This is me, boss." And he gave the very nice idea of that so-called nucleus around which there are circulating electrons. So let's have a look at Niels Bohr and his accomplishment. Hey guy, man, he was a physicist who developed the Bohr model. And at the year he also received a Nobel Prize. Well done. Niels Bohr, let me tell you something about you. You gave postulate number 1. He told, electron in an atom moves in circular orbit correct about the nucleus. Something like this. Okay, fine. Under the influence of Coulomb's attraction between the electron and the nucleus. So there is some kind of, a very nice attraction between positive and negative. And that electrostatic force gives rise to something called as centripetal force. So if you ask me in terms of formula, postulate 1 states that the centripetal force, that is the inward force, is given by electrostatic force, that is attractive force. You can say Q1 and Q2. And by electrostatics chapter of 11th standard, I'm pretty much sure you are aware of this formula. F is equal to K, Q1, Q2 by R square. So mv square by R, circular motion chapter, is equal to 1 upon 4 by epsilon 0, Q1, Q2 upon R square. Alright, R is the distance, it's a radius. So if I solve it further, what I can get is something like this. Q1 is the charge of nucleus. Now we're taking an example of hydrogen atom for heaven's sake. If hydrogen atom is there, the charges of proton is E. And the charge of electron is E. So E into E is E square. And finally I get a very nice, awesome postulate of Bohr. That is mv square by R is equal to 1 upon 4 by epsilon 0 K E square by R square. Please remember, 1 upon 4 by epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Postulate 1. Bohr suggested that instead of infinite orbits, which would be possible in classical physics, it is only possible for electron to move in specific orbit. See students, you love going to Australia, US, China, Pakistan maybe, oh hello. But for going to all these countries, what you need is a passport. Now you take a passport, you go there. Are you citizenship? Do you have that? You have to come back, correct? Who are you? You are an electron. What is a country? The country is your own orbit where you are circulating. And what is that Pakistan and all that country? They are foreign countries, they are different orbits. So, what is the passport? Now that's where Bohr gave the second postulate. He said that electron does not revolve in any orbit. It revolves in selected orbits called as permissible or stationary orbit without radiating energy. So if there is no energy, you won't get any spectrum. But for this, the angular momentum, that is your passport, must be an integral multiple of constant, that is h by 2 pi. What he means was, that was classical physics coming down. But that is quantum mechanics. Only one orbit, that's your country, boss. And if you have that passport, angular momentum, you can be in that country, but for a shorter time. So L is equal to nh upon 2 pi. So that's what the entire idea is. What you can see are the steps, which takes a discrete value. That means this entire postulate clearly depicts the quantization, the quantity of what? The orbits, just like the steps. Okay, the first step, the second step, the third step, fourth step, fifth step. Postulate number 2 states that L is equal to h upon 2 pi into n, where L from rotational chapter it has three formulas. I omega, where I is called moment of inertia. I is also given by mr square, that means mr square omega for L. And R into omega is V, my dear ladies and gentlemen. We have three formulas for L. And to sum up, L is equal to NH upon 2 pi. That gives you the second postulate. Postulates are assumption based on experiments, and they are the law. Nobody go ahead of law. And you will see the miracle that all the derivations of this chapter follow these laws. So I will see you very soon in my next module. Till then, stay tuned.